The deck of this 1998 22-foot Glacier Bay is in pretty bad shape. It's cracked, the non-skid is chipped, it's hard on the knees when you kneel on it, it's hard on the feet when you stand on it. This boat really needs a new deck. Now, when we were at the Miami International Boat Show this year, we noticed that an awful lot of new boats are now being offered with SeaDek. This is sort of a hard foam material that lays out over the deck, and it's much more comfortable to stand on and to kneel on. Well, as it turns out, you can also get SeaDek in sheet form, rolls of sheets like this. So we decided to see just how tough it would be and just how much of an improvement it would be to take an old boat like this and give it a new SeaDek. The first step in this process is to measure out and template every area of the deck where you're going to apply the SeaDek. You use clear Mylar sheeting for this. Now you can get a kit from SeaDek itself, or you can just order Mylar sheeting off of Amazon. Lay out the Mylar over the non-skid area you're getting ready to trace and tape it in place. It's very important that it does not move at all while you're tracing out the pattern. Of course, you'll also need to make traces for things like hatch poles and hinges that you'll need to cut around. This process took me about half a day, so set aside plenty of time for it. Fortunately, right now, we can just fast forward through all of this. Okay, now it's time to cut, and as you can see, I've taped my template down over top of the sheet material. All you need is a razor knife. This stuff cuts really, really easily. I'm just going to score right along my lines. Now it would be tough to cut a perfect circle, so for the hole for my pull ring, I've got this circular drill bit here. I'll just center it and use it to score the material. The next step, a really good wash down. You've got to make sure that the deck is absolutely clean. Thank goodness for fast forward, right? Well, here's another thing you're not going to have to sit and watch me do the entire boat on. However, before you apply the SeaDek, you need to first spray down all the surfaces with an ammonia-based cleaner. They do recommend Windex. Now we've got to wipe down the entire deck again, this time with acetone. All right, it is finally time to start laying this stuff down. Now you got to make sure you get it right the first time, because once you pull that backing material off and lay the sticky part down, it is not coming back up. So what you do is get it oriented as perfectly as you can, right along the edges. And once you've got it oriented exactly where you want it, tape it down on one side. You want this tape down really good so it can't move. Then fold it up about halfway. And you're going to have to score the paper on the back so you can then peel it off. Be careful, don't cut through the foam itself. Now this paper can be peeled off. Now, roll this right back down into position. You want to press as you go. Make sure you don't get any bubbles in there. Press firmly all around it. All right, this side's down. Now we can remove the tape pull the paper from the other side and put this side down too. I hope this is the last time this non-skid is ripping into my knees. I suspect it will be. All right, first piece is in place. Okay, that's the final piece. Let's see what we've got. As you can see, I didn't do a perfect job of rounding off my corners or making the seams match, but hey, I've known since 3rd grade art class that I couldn't so much as draw a straight line. Considering my lack of artistic abilities, I'm really quite happy with the way this came out. Besides, if what perfect looks is really what you're after, template the boat and then send the template to SeaDek. It'll cost a little bit more, sure, but they can have their computer router make the cuts for you, and all the corners will be perfectly round and all the lines will be perfectly straight. Looks aside, this stuff is utterly awesome. You know, it used to be virtually impossible to sit like this, in this position. This hard fiberglass against your back was a killer. Now it's perfectly comfortable. In fact, while I was installing the SeaDek, I noticed my body telling my brain, hey, stand on the gray stuff. It's that much more comfortable. Now, it did take me a full day and a half of work to get to the final product. But as far as a boat improvement project goes, I gotta give redecking with SeaDek a perfect 10. It's well worth the effort.